Good morning, guys. We're currently sitting at 62.7 kilograms. So then one gotta learn for a test.
Oh hell, man. Um, guys, we're back with another video of working out, and I recently talked to a friend and explained to him my new strategy of how I want to approach working out. I don't know if I've already said it in the last workout, but the thing is, the workout with the dogs that I've done. After that, I wasn't tired at all. I still was like, man, could have gone another hour, and I probably worked out like 1.5 hours. I mean, of course there was a lot of breaks in between because didn't like know like okay, which exercise am I going to do and this and that and everything. But still, I did like pretty exhausting walk with a log and this and that and everything. And considering that, I had so much energy still left, and this brings me to the point: more is more. But you need of everything more. Now let me explain. So when we work out, we know like 1 hour of working out 4 or 5 times a week, hitting our protein goal of like 1 grams of protein of kilogram to 1 pound per body weight and this and that, having a calorie surplus of 250 to 500 calories, 8 hours of sleep, this and that, everything. I mean, this is pretty common knowledge. But now the question is, if we increase the amount, does this work? Now, Rich Piana is pretty famous for that. I mean, total meathead in the most literal sense you could think of, and the problem is you have a diminishing return on investment at some point. But if you can work out for 1.5 hours or 1 hour or half an hour, and after that you're like, man, I'm still feeling good. Like I don't feel too much, and the day afterwards you don't have too much muscle soreness and everything. It's like, huh, interesting. And when you have reached that point, you realize, maybe I could have done more. And the same goes with your calories. You have a 100 calorie surplus. You gain like a kilogram in 70 days. Yeah, this is the math behind it. Oh no, in 70 days actually, which is really 70 days. Yeah, it is 70 days, which is so. And you realize, I don't gain any fat. Okay, so let's up it up to 200 extra calories. I don't seem to gain any fat. Let's bump it up to 300, 500, 1,000 calories maybe even. Because the thing is, if you can tolerate more, why shouldn't you do more? If you can study for 1 hour and you feel totally fine, why not do two? Why not do three? If you can't handle it and you don't have the feeling of diminishing return of investments, because the diminishing return of investments with working out is that you fry your nervous system, that you don't gain too much extra muscle, but you're just completely fried. And so if this doesn't happen, why don't you train more? And also with nutrition. If you can handle more calories without gaining significant amounts of fat, go for it. And also with sleep. If you can handle sleeping 8 hours, why not do more? Why not do 9 hours? Why not do 10 hours? If you can do cardio for 5 kilometers, run 5 kilometers, and if you can handle that easily, why not do 10? Why not do 15? Because if you can handle the load, do more. if you can curl the dumbbell for 20 reps, why not increase the weight? Why not do more reps? And you have to be very, very cautious about that. Because many people think, okay, more is more, more is more. But they do not understand that there's a threshold. There's a threshold where you reach diminishing returns on investment and you have reached the valley of junk volume. Junk volume is a thing that is in everything, in every area of life, in social interactions, in working out, in learning vocab, in every single thing you could think of. Even with making money, there is a threshold where making more money doesn't mean shit no more. Because you can buy anything you pretty much like. And this is the interesting part you have to keep in mind. When do you feel like anything more that I will do will not grant me any results? Because there will be that time. There will be a time where you're talking to that nice cute girl and where you will want to continue talking to her, but you know that you're not going to get anything out of that. You're not going to talk about anything interesting. It's not going to be really fun or anything. It's just going to be a waste of time. And I've had this. And I was furious. Why couldn't I just have a good time? But you have to realize, after everything's been said that needed to be said, there's also time to leave. And after you have worked out everything that needs to be worked out, there's also time to leave. Which is an interesting thing everybody has to keep in mind, I believe. So, yeah, what else? I think for nutrition, you know, I love intermittent fasting, and I believe I can totally handle only eating once a day. I mean, I would do it like that. I would wake up at 7, shower and everything, go to school, and then after I come home at like, yeah, 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. My school is off, so then I will come home, and then it's probably like 3:30 to 3:45. I'm sorry that I don't go like with quarter this and past and beyond and whatever, because for a German like me, it's very common to just state the 24-hour numbers. So just 50 and 45, you know. And yeah, after that, I'm kind of debating if I should first do my homework and maybe recap like the things we've done this day, and then work out, and then eat, and then like go to sleep. Yeah, I think this is the most logical course of action I could think of. Because if you think about it, after I come home, if I eat, then I'm blacked out. I'll just sleepy and everything. But if I just then be like, okay, I gotta do this, and I get my ass behind it, do everything of this, and then I will work out because I've slept super super well, so I have incredibly much energy, and maybe I will even take caffeine as a supplement. But I have to look at dosage and when I will use it, and also the frequency, of course, because well, you build up tolerance. But I also have the idea of 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I mean, I've had this idea for a long time, but I've never stayed consistent enough to fill out the 6 weeks. So, uh, um, but yeah, this I believe is probably a very reasonable and logical course of action. I mean, after you work out, you're then cool, you're sleepy, you make just a little bit to eat, you eat that, and then maybe even do some stretching even after that, and then you can just go to sleep. This is the plan that I have, which sounds kind of reasonable. And 10 hours of sleep sounds like a shitload. I mean, it is a shitload, but I mean, waking up at 7 a.m. and going to bed at 9 p.m. Like I've said yesterday before. Um, but yeah, I believe this is actually doable and also very nice. And like I've said, like they're the people like, oh no, you have to wake up at 4 a.m. and this and that and everything. And I tell you what, I've been there, and it's miserable. And oh wait, this is one interesting thing. I've realized today in politics and economics class. This is well in German, but this is a special class which is separate from just my economics lessons that I have. And in this class, we could choose between three articles. It was about the EU parliamentary election, I believe, and there was an article about why the hell are young people no longer choosing the, because in Germany we have like a few big established parties, political parties, and the thing is like the youth just, in youth words, we no fuck with them. Um, yeah, and then they like have searched for the answers, like those things, and it is not so much a part of uh, or it might be a part of the what's it called, the education and this and that, especially the political education. And I've realized like yeah, but it still doesn't explain why people then go towards extremists. And then I just made like I forged the mental bridge, the mental gap, and tried to connect it with things that I have already experienced. And I'm super frustrated with me not changing too much in physique wise, and I was always super frustrated about this, and so I believed I would need to eat 4,000, 5,000 calories, and I would have to work out 3 hours. And how I would do it, I would wake up at 4 a.m. and then I would work out like this and this and that and everything, and then everything will be right. And I think any sane person would look at this and think like, you dumb idiot, what the hell are you talking about? And quite frankly, I have to agree with that. This is absolutely ludicrous and not even based anywhere in reality. And so, after that, like, what do you do? Or like, what is the principle behind it? In other words, the principle is when we get frustrated with something, we forget to look at the actual root cause, but we deem the thing or the action itself to be faulty. And we believe there must be a radical change in order to do it right. But the thing is, I've just not done the basics right. I mean, training consistently, not really. Good sleep, not too much. I mean, it was alright for some times in my lifting journey, but definitely not too much. And then just count your goddamn calories. Calories in, calories out. You can't gain weight if you burn more calories than you consume. It just doesn't work like this. And so it is just about doing the basics right. And so yeah, this is the basic principle. If you tend like you realize that you have like a crazy idea to fix a very simple problem actually. Let's say with vocab, with the education, you definitely want to get a better grade. And so you mentally map out this plan. Okay, I will now study 3 hours a day. Okay, I will wake up and I will review all the things we've done before the lesson. And then during the lesson, I will take super many notes. And then after the lesson, I will go through all the notes and then I will compile them and I will restructure them and just work with them. And then I will do extra work and I will let this grade be great with ChatGPT and this and that and everything. And don't get me wrong, those are all very good ideas. Um, but it goes to a fanatic extreme where it just doesn't become suitable anymore. Like, come on, who can do so much work? Going through all the notes, everything you've done before the lesson, taking, like, pretty much writing down everything during the lesson. Okay. Um, I don't know if I will cut this out, or it's just my mom interrupting me and telling me that we're grilling today. So where were I? God damn it. Yeah, it just doesn't become suitable no more. I mean, like really, taking like pretty much writing down everything that happens that the teacher says during the lesson, and then afterwards, just going through everything and then working with it and trying to remember it and everything. Like, come on, you're just forgetting that you have a life. And also with working out 3 hours a day, first of all, is not going to get you super jacked. The only thing it's going to do is going to fry your nervous system so hard that you're not going to be able to perform in school, not going to be able to perform in the gym, and pretty much you're going to make less gains training 3 hours a day, each and every day, than if you would just do 1 or 2 hours 4 or 5 times a week. And this is, and I don't want to insult you and tell you, no, you shouldn't do this. I'm talking from my own experience. I have done this, I have been there, and it hasn't worked out for me. And so I encourage you to have a modest approach, not to sway in any direction of the extremes. I can't work out too much because then this and this and I don't want to overwork myself, and then you're just doing one set per exercise and this and that. And also, you don't want to be that guy frying the nervous system. And I've done it 3 times a day, working out 1 hour, heavy compound lifts, like bench press, squats, deadlifts, and like pull-ups, I think, and then like something for my triceps and biceps curls or something. And like, of course, I fried my nervous system with that, and it didn't work like that. But I didn't know any better. Like, who would I be to know that it doesn't work like that? And so sometimes you just have to make those experiences, finding out your limits in both extremes. If I do so little, I will not get the results that I want. And if I do too much, I won't be able to keep it up on a consistent basis. And so you have to find a middle ground, somewhere in between that. But I think I've yapped enough. But one thing I do want to say today also had a little talk session with my English teacher again. And we were talking about LKs, Leistungskurse, and this is I don't know if there's such a thing in the American education system. So you have like your regular courses, but then you have to choose for what is pretty much a U.S. high school graduation for us Germans, we need to pick two courses which are going to be like extra. They're, you have more hours, they are more intense, they go more in depth, they count more towards your final grade and everything. And so, yeah, so we talked about that I want to do English. And like, that motherfucker really said, like, oh yeah, I've been watching your videos, and in your videos you really get to the point and everything, and during during the lessons you just talk all over the place and this and that, and I was kind of kind of thanked, but also kind of mad. Ping. Okay, back again. So I was just really a bit pissed off about this, and then I pondered, like, how could this be that expressing myself on camera for me is much easier to get to the point when I'm in class. And then I realized, is it maybe about the content? Because like when I talk, well, on camera, I talk about the things that I want to talk about. I talk about the things that I care about, and this and that and everything, and also things I have already thought about. So, they're already half digested, so talking about those things is way easier. Even though I have not done any preparation, I don't have any script or anything. I haven't written down, okay, I'm going to talk about this and that, and then those are going to be the key points and this and that. But I believe, because like in class, you have your teacher, and your teacher has, you believe the teacher wants to hear a certain answer, and so you think like, okay, what could the teacher be wanting from me? Okay, what kind of interpretation does he want? And I believe this actually hinders my ability to express myself, because then I might be on the wrong path, and he's like saying like, nah, and to just cut it basically. Um, but if I would just have my thoughts and express them and only them, and not trying to please him, I think I could do a much better job. And just in case, if you're watching this, man, I love you. uh, I mean, for it is hard for me as a student to really bring up my appreciation, because then it's a bit like simping for the teacher and this and that. But for you guys behind the camera, he's a really amazing guy, and cares for the students, and tries to help them improve and everything, and in school and outside of school, inside of life. And I mean, I've talked, Mr. Thomas, if you're watching this, I've talked about you quite a lot. And I really appreciate your help you have given me, even though it has been only a pretty short year. I really do appreciate the help you have given me. And like, yeah, he also he was like, yeah, and like the people even like comment and believe like you're American and this and that, and um, you have even like 1,000 followers, and like, why do people follow you and this and that? Why would you become a follower? And I was just like, man, I don't know. You gotta ask my followers for that. And so it would be quite hilarious. Gonna be honest with you. So if you have the answer to why you have subscribed to me, please let me know so that I can tell them. But I think I've yapped enough, and it is time to actually work out. I think I will only record a few sets, I mean, with the structure, I think it actually works pretty well. That I first have my yapping session, and then have like the things. Okay, I want to work out this. I want to work out that, and then just not talk between the sets because talking between sets it works, but you're mentally a bit fried, and so talking becomes really hard. And yeah, but this will also leave you with like, okay, he's yapped a lot, and then the workout part. And then I think like, okay, I mean, even though I don't, why is my nose running? Even though I don't edit at all, pretty much, or for retention, I could think like, okay, maybe I just have like half the video and half of me working out, you know, which I believe has tremendous, could have tremendous value. But I don't know. You'd have to tell me if you would like to have me talk, and meanwhile it is me working out, or in any other kind of form. Because this just simply works the best for me, and I would think, I mean, I probably don't want to have all my sets recorded, because if I train like 2 hours, it's pretty much going to be like I will have. I mean, with arms, I do have a lot of sets, and especially when I then train multiple rounds, um, I don't think that it's going to be very interesting for you to watch all of those sets. But if I have my huge yapping session, and meanwhile I have the videos of me working out, and which might even be able to like from a timely standpoint match each other, maybe this is the way. But definitely, I have to get your opinion on this. And so now I'm work out. Love you guys. Mwah. Let's see if I can even pull this off anymore. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. This is just abysmally huge. The pump is insane. Those muscles are so hard that it feels like my skin is going to burst. Ah, ha, ha. Yeah. No, I'm not psychotic. Oh. Damn. I can't get over the fact how incredibly huge this pump is. Oh. I feel like my blood pressure's going to burst. This was a hell of a workout. Love you guys. Mwah.